All right, everybody, I'm back with another cinematic interview breakdown. Let's get right to it. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at this interview right here, which was an interview that we did for a show called The Balancing Act, which is a medical show that goes behind the scenes, behind the mystery. It's actually called Behind the Mystery, The Balancing Act Behind the Mystery. Of rare diseases, and so we interview people that have the disease, and then we also get interviews with the expert, the doctors and people that know, that are doing the research and things like that. I'll link this show in the notes. This show aired I believe maybe 6 months ago or something, so you can get a sense of the actual show and what how it turned out. And you can actually see the whole show. This was shot in a very small room. You can see here from one of the behind the scenes. This is before we set everything up, but you can get a good idea of everything that we had. As you can see, we have some big windows here. We ended up closing the windows, as you can see right here. And then there was some portions over that we were still getting some light in, so we put this, we put this black cloth here, just hanging there, just to block, the light, and also add a little negative fill to that side. So it did both, but the main purpose was to block daylight from coming in. As you can see, we have our key light right here, which was placed about 45 degrees from where the talent was sitting. And also opposite of camera. You can see that the camera's on this side. We had our producer right here who's doing the interview, and the key light is on the other side. That's one thing we always make sure to do, is place the light opposite of camera. So if the camera's on the left, the key light's going to be on the right. And what that does is it gives you some nice contrast on the face. You can see right here on the actual shot, you can see that this side of her face is nice and lit. You can see that, this is the key light is hitting her right about here. So she's getting, you can see that this side of her face is nice, soft. Again, when I'm shooting, females, I like to make sure, give them nice, kind of a beauty look, nice and diffuse light. And then on this side, you can see that you're getting some contrast. And that's because, again, we place the light 45 degrees opposite of camera. The camera is on this side, and the key is on this side. So you always want to keep that in mind, because that's how you're going to create that nice contrast on the face. You don't want to have, just flat look where, it's all lit. That's not going to look very cinematic. And then back here, we got our backlight, our hair light, which was the Aperture 120D with the mini dome. And again, if we look, you can see that this creates a nice little separation between the talent and the background. You can see that it creates a nice separation, even though if you look at the behind the scenes again, we were super close to the background. That fireplace was probably 3 to 4 feet at the most from the talent. Usually I like to, obviously have as much separation, 6, 8, 10 feet from the background is ideal. But when you're shooting small spaces, which obviously with a lot of these shows, we do a lot of in-home interviews, and oftentimes you find yourself in a very small space. So you have to, you don't have a lot of wiggle room. But even though we were that close, we were still able to create a nice separation between her and the background. And that can be achieved again by the backlight. And then again, this was actually shot on the Pocket 6K Pro. That was our main camera. And then I believe we had the G2. The Pocket G2 was our B cam, which was on a motorized slider. Again, just going back and forth. Maybe this is a 24-inch. I usually don't go the whole 24. I say I was probably going 15, 16 inches, back and forth. Again, you get a nice, good looking shot, just slow, probably at 1.5 or 2.0, just to get that really cinematic look. Same with the A cam. I think we were probably at a 2.8, 2 or 2.8. I know I didn't stop all the way, but I was probably at a 2 or a 2.8 on this camera. We had our boom mic set up. Again, the boom, I like to set up the boom opposite of the key light. This basically, having it on this side, it basically removes the possibility of getting any shadows. Sometimes if you place it on this side, you might get a shadow on the talent face or something like that. Now, that's not always possible, again, because of space or, sometimes there could be something on this side and you have to place your mic on that side, the boom mic. But if it's possible, I like to place it on this side of camera. We also had to live stream the interview. That's why you see right here my 18 Mini Pro, which was, I have both cameras running into it. And then I was sending a signal to the laptop and then going over Google Meet. Because there were some people that couldn't make it and they had to, be a part of the interview. They had to listen in and things like that. So, again, just HDMI, both cameras on HDMI to the two of the inputs of the 4 inputs, and then taking that input, going into the laptop, and then again taking an input out of the Tascam or whatever field recorder you have, and then sending that into one of the mic inputs on the 18. And that way, we have both sound and video going into the meeting, and then the people that can't be there, they can listen in, they can, participate if they have any questions or whatever. And that was pretty much it. Like I said, the interview took about an hour, maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And, she was, very, very good on camera. Everything turned out real well. And, the interview looks really nice, looks really pretty. We had a makeup artist, so, you can see she's got makeup on, her hair is done. Obviously, that's something you want to do, especially, when you're shooting documentary, corporate, or in this case, a TV show, kind of a reality TV show. You want your talent looking as good as possible, because the interview is really the bread and butter, is the heart of the show. So you want to make sure you capture the best looking interview, cinematic. It has to look good, it has to sound good, and the talent has to look good. You know what I mean? You also want to work on the set, make sure that things look right. Because again, this is going to be the main component of the piece. So, all right. That is all for today. If you have any comments, make sure you drop them below. I always check, and if you have any questions, whatever, I'll get back to you. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And I'm going to be doing a fair amount of these breakdowns because I do a lot of these. So catch me in the next one.